action. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Bannis, and everybody calls me JB for short. I'm 53 years old, married, 3 kids, grown adults, a former Marine, retired law enforcement, and a patriot. You can see my flags out here in my front yard. One is the United States of America flag, and the other one is the United States Marine Corps flag. And it's the tallest flagpole in the whole neighborhood. A true story. Anyway, last year in October and November, I suffered 2 strokes. The first one was a minor one, and I basically just went about my business because I didn't really feel that much. And then a little while later, like 6 weeks later, on my birthday, November 16th, I had a doozy of a stroke. Almost took me out, but it messed up the whole right side of my body. I still can't use my arm, and I have pretty much some movement in my right leg. What I'm going to do here tonight is I'm going to give you a gift of faith, F-A-I-T-H. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for GoFundMe or none of that other scandalous, corrupt stuff. It's me giving you something. And I'm here to give you the gift of faith. But I first want to start off by doing 2 shout-outs. The first shout-out goes to Special Agent Clint Hill, H-I-L-L. If you know him or have a way of getting in touch with him, tell him to stay alive until I can get out there and thank him in person for something. The other shout out is to David Blaine. He's got to be the best magician I've ever seen. But when he gets done and you get done watching this video, he's going to have to take some notes from me. So I basically want to talk about faith here. You see, tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up out of this wheelchair and I'm going to walk without my brace on, without these other shoes, just my little shoes right here. But I've never walked that far before. But when I do, it's going to be something. So moving on, what I'd like to say now is, what is faith? Well, faith is basically each individual's own belief system, but mainly my faith here that I'm going to demonstrate is the faith in the universal mind, the consciousness, the one, the all, the almighty, whatever you want to call it, God, whatever you want to call it. It's true. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them tell you otherwise. It's true. And I'm here to demonstrate that for you. Because in today's world, there's nobody that can demonstrate faith, it seems. Nobody even uses the word anymore, which is sad. Very sad. I want to put another shout out to all the cops and firefighters and service members out there right now that are taking the brunt of all this buffoonery going on. It's time for that to stop. Unless you got a rightful beef and you're willing to do things honestly and legitimately and peacefully, you ought to stop. Because I'll tell you what, the karma that will follow you is going to be intense. You're going to pay one hell of a price for all the vandalizing and looting and stuff like that. Enough said. Reference suicides. I used to be a police officer, and I know how it's got to be, getting everything thrown at you, these mortar fireworks blown up at you, and who knows what else. But do me a favor. Suicide is not the answer. Because with suicide, you pay a huge price with karma as well. No matter what your problems are, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And it's bad karma, like I said. If you got a problem, ladies and gentlemen, call the suicide helpline and get some help. Talk to somebody, anybody. Hell, you can even come knock on my door in the middle of the night if you want to. So, anyway, my good friend Kevin, I asked him, I said, how far would I have to walk to blow your mind? And he said 25 yards. We got a little distance here on the sidewalk. It's measured out, almost measured out. It's about almost 25 yards going out there. So it should be a good 40 yards for me walking it. So it puts his 25 yards to shame. And anyway, I'm going to give you some more words of wisdom. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. And your habits will be your character. And your character becomes your destiny. So just remember that when you're out goofing around, doing stupid stuff, you may end up getting yourself in trouble. And don't go there, because the karma will catch back up to you. So anyway, how did I get to wanting to do this thing about faith here tonight? Well, the reason why faith is because there aren't any good examples anymore. So I got to thinking to myself, nobody's ever done something like this. I'd never seen this on TV, I'd never seen it on the radio, never seen it in the newspaper. So I figure I'd do it myself. And then I figure, what the heck? If there's 7.5 billion people on the face of this earth, all over the world, every continent, every country, etc., all the major religions, Islam, Christianity, Hindus, the Buddhists, the Sikhs, etc., everybody's worshiping the same thing. Whether they want to call it the collective conscience, whether they want to call it God, whether they want to call it Allah, etc., it's all the same. But when you get right down to it, and you start doing what I do nowadays, it's incredible. The beauty is just absolutely amazing when you learn how to break through the veil of stupid stuff. The veil of all the TVs, the radios, the newspapers. Nothing is true anymore. Nothing. That's why I'm doing this live. That's why a friend of mine is here videotaping it. So it's non-disputable. I'm not wearing a shirt. All I have is this shorts on. All I have is this brace on. In fact, I'm going to take this brace off in a minute. And you'll see. So anyway, I take this video and pass it around. Show it to your friends. Give it to a family member. Give it to everybody that you know that has faith. But after you see what this is, you'll have even more faith. I guarantee you. But I want to tell you another story about a little boy. A little boy when he's little. Let's say, for example, his dad. He looks up to his dad. He looks up to his father. Well, anyway, for whatever reason, his dad is gone. Well, that little boy probably misses his father. Well, that little boy is going to wish for his father. And that wish is going to become a prayer when that young boy grows up into a man. And that prayer is going to turn into fire. And it's going to burn. And it's going to burn him real bad on the inside. Well, that fire in his mind, in that boy's mind, in that man's mind, goes traveling through the universe. Because all things are connected. We're all connected. And eventually, his father will hear that fire. No matter where he is. Even if he's across the United States. Even if he's halfway across the world. He'll hear it. He'll feel it. And he'll get the fire too. And eventually he'll make contact with his son. True story, by the way. He doesn't know it, but he'll find out soon enough. So I think I covered just about everything I had here on my notes. And now I'm gonna get busy. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take my brace off and I'm gonna put my dancing shoes on. Now, normally I do all my walking with my brace on, because as you can see, the brace, I have what's called drop foot, meaning my foot will drop and I have no muscle control for my right ankle. In fact, I don't have any control of my toes. I can't wiggle my toes. So everything I use for balance is gone. It's not fully gone, but it's gone. And like I said, when I first had the stroke, I got up in the next morning and I have all the feeling, but my mind was erased of the function of all of the right side. Excuse me, I have to stretch my hand. Okay. You might hear me talking to myself. I'm not talking to myself. I'm trying to get my mind into the collective consciousness, so that way I can get access to having control, my leg control. Like I said, I don't normally walk. I've never walked this far before. But I'm doing this to give you the gift of faith. Oh my. All right. He's with me. He is with me. Things are gonna move him, with him, by him, for him. He is with me. He is with me. He is with me. He is with me. All things are possible through him. Through him. He is with me. He is with me. go. There you go. So, like I said, the stroke, it did something to me. I live my life. In both worlds. Sometimes I feel like cutting my ear off. But I don't, because of the things I have seen. Nobody else can demonstrate faith like I just did.